That's how the NRM has succeeded.
Oulanyah, an agricultural economist and lawyer, served as Deputy Speaker between 2006 and 2016 under Rebecca Kadaga before defeating her on 24th May 2021 to become Speaker of the 11th Parliament. He only served for 9 months and 24 days. The President urged legislators, both NRM and opposition, to encourage their people to embrace the parish development model so that all Ugandans join the money economy. He said their success relies on how they work for their people. Bernard Higa, UBC News.
Now, about unfinished projects, Omoro district leaders want government to take over the uncompleted projects by the fallen Speaker of Parliament, Oulanyah. According to Omoro Local Council 5 Chairperson Douglas Peter Okello, completing the projects mainly in development will take the legacy of Oulanyah to remain alive from Omoro.
This building, located in the middle of Lalogi Trading Center, is supposed to house a radio station and belongs to the fallen Speaker of Parliament, Oulanyah. The building is complete pending installation of radio equipment. The transmitters have already been installed. Omoro district leaders and the local organizing committee for the burial of the dead Speaker of Parliament wants government to take over completion of Omoro FM.
He had even gone as far as procuring the necessary equipments for the establishment of Omoro FM here in Omoro district. But death did not allow him to accomplish that vision. What is remaining, and I want to make a special appeal to Uganda Communication Commission, that Uganda Communication Commission, please, give us, the people of Omoro district, a frequency so that the vision of the late Speaker of Parliament, Oulanyah, remains.
The chairman of Omoro district local government, who is also the local chairperson organizing committee for the burial of the dead speaker, have also revealed that Oulanyah was paying school fees for over 180 vulnerable children.
At the time he passed on, he had taken care holding hands of over 180 students, paying them in secondary schools, institutions, and universities. What is the future of these children? Because in these children, we see Oulanyah. What is the future? We want to appeal through either State House scholarship and other scholarships in this country that let the hands of these children, we hold the hands of these children.
Another project that has been undertaken by the fallen Speaker of Parliament is a revolving fund initiative codenamed the Dano Padano.
The Dano Padano Foundation provides soft loans for groups at an interest of 5% in a revolving manner. This Dano Padano Foundation must be maintained. And as the local organizing committee and a leader in Omoro district, want to appeal to the President, Parliament, and the Microfinance Support Center. How can we work together?
Philip Aguta, UBC News.
Annette Among was this week elected the new Speaker of Parliament. The position of Speaker fell vacant on 20th March 2022 when the incumbent Speaker Oulanyah Lokore was announced dead in Seattle, United States of America. But now the question is, who is Annette Among? Let's have a look at her biography.
Annette Among Annette is a Ugandan accountant, lawyer and politician who serves as the woman member of parliament representing Bukedea district. Among was born in Bukedea in 1973 and attended local schools for elementary and secondary education. She graduated with a bachelor's degree in business administration from Makerere University in 2005 and immediately enrolled for a master's degree in business administration, which she completed in 2008, also from Makerere University. In 2018, Among graduated from Kampala International University with a Bachelor of Law degree. From 1998 until 2006, Miss Among worked at Centenary Bank, and by the time she left in 2006, she had risen to the rank of branch manager. For the 10 years prior to her election to Parliament, she served as a lecturer in accounting at Kampala International University. For 2 parliamentary election cycles in 2007, when Bukedea district was created, and 2011, Among lost the district woman representative seat to Rose Akol by then of the National Resistance Movement political party. Anita Among, a long-time member of the Forum for Democratic Change FDC by then, contested as an independent in 2016 and won the seat. In the 10th Parliament, Ms. Among served as the Vice Chairperson of the Committee on Commissions, Statutory Authorities and State Enterprises COSASE, which was led by Bugweri County MP Abdu Katuntu. In 2020, she joined the National Resistance Movement political party after falling out with her party FDC and won the party primaries. In the 2021 general elections, Among was one of the few legislators who was elected unopposed to join the 11th Parliament.
My name is Anita Among Annette, a member of Parliament of Bukedea District. I do consent to my nomination.
Thank you very much.
Anita Among would later declare her bid for the Deputy Speakership of the 11th Parliament of Uganda, which she won.
I therefore declare the Honorable Among Annette Anita duly elected Deputy Speaker of Parliament.
Among Annette Anita, swear in the name of the Almighty God that I will at all times well and truly serve the Republic of Uganda in the office of Deputy Speaker, and that I will support and uphold the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda as by the law established. So help me God.
After serving for 9 months as Deputy Speaker, Anita Among has been endorsed by her party NRM to succeed Jacob Oulanyah, who passed away a few days ago.
Hereby recommend to the NRM Parliamentary Caucus the Right Honourable Among Anita Annette for endorsement as NRM candidate for the position of Speaker of the 11th Parliament of Uganda.
She will become the first woman to have served for less than a year as Deputy Speaker before elevation to the top slot. Bernard Higa, UBC News.
Now, Thomas Tayebwa was this week elected Deputy Speaker of Parliament, but little is known about Thomas Tayebwa. Our reporter, Mark Arnold Wadulo, attempts to explore this. Who is Tayebwa, the 11th Deputy Speaker of Parliament? Let's hear more.
Thomas Banjirana Tayebwa is a 42-year-old lawyer and politician. He was appointed as the government chief whip by Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Since 2016, he serves as the Member of Parliament for Ruhinda North County in Mitoma District and a member of the NRM, the ruling national political party in Uganda. Tayebwa was born to Banjirana Daudi and Betty Komohanji of Bitereko village in Mitoma District. He attended Chigarama Primary School, Chigarama Senior Secondary School, and Ruyonza School for USCE in the year 2000. In 2005, he received a Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences at Makerere University, and in 2012, he received a Bachelor of Law degree from Makerere as well. He served as a member of the National Economy Committee and Natural Resources Committee. In October 2015, Tayebwa joined elective politics on the NRM ticket, winning both the party's primaries with 15,092 votes and the 2016 Ugandan general election, thereby becoming a member of the 10th Parliament for the Pearl of Africa, representing Ruhinda North County in Mitoma District. On 14th February 2009, Tayebwa married Anita Rukundo at St. Augustine Chapel in Makerere, Kampala. They have one child.
Now, legislators from northern Uganda under their umbrella body, Northern Uganda Parliamentary Caucus, continue to break down in tears as they mark and make a tale count of how special the late Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, was to them.
The country is in grief following the death of the Speaker of Parliament, Jacob Oulanyah, who passed on yesterday in Seattle, USA. At Parliament, the mood is somber following the death of the head of the institution. Security personnel, staff, journalists, MPs are seemingly disheartened, discussing in groups.
In the world, I weep with my depth heart. I pray that everybody in Uganda now, those ones who are ready to condone with us, please condone with us.
The gentleman who was very time conscious, was a very good timekeeper. Whenever he would be in chair, you would see everybody panicking in committees, because at 2, he would even come before the bell rings. So we shall miss him.
All flags at Parliament flew at half-mast following the President's directive for all flags in the country to fly at half-mast until the fallen Speaker is buried. Legislators from the Acholi sub-region have described Oulanyah as a hard-working person they will miss dearly.
Fortunately, we have lost him. And as a member of the Acholi parliamentary group, we knew the Right Honorable Jacob Oulanyah as a very firm, very principled, and very honest guy. And for me, who worked with the local government for about 15 years, I enjoyed working with him. He was more of a bridge. Every time I needed help as a local government leader, I would run to him.
Oulanyah came up so boldly and spoke about corruption before His Excellency the President. He told the President that I am corrupt. Everybody in Uganda is corrupt. My wife is corrupt. Everybody is corrupt. Can anybody who think he is not corrupt come up and say, yes, I'm not corrupt? Oulanyah was so a bold man. Oulanyah didn't fear anybody.
Oulanyah, who was also MP for Moro County in Moro District, died at the age of 57 and was elected as Speaker on 21st May 2021.
Please, I stand here to apologize if he has done anything wrong to you. And for those who have done wrong to Oulanyah, we have forgiven you. We have forgiven you. I speak as a mother. I speak as a woman who have lost a son. I've lost my brother. I've lost him. Oulanyah is irreplaceable.
Shamim Naiga, Gloria Gutabenji, UBC News.
It's time for us to take a short break. We will return with our weekly roundup. Stay with us.
Pay for your dream phone, Mpola. Get your dream phone today for as low as 1,400 Uganda shillings with free data for a year and pay slowly. All phones come with daily 50 MBs for 12 months. Repayment period is 1 year. Available at MTN service centers and M-Kopa shops.
This is how we play. Play with power.
This is how we do it.
How we put a team together. This is how we pass on greatness. Because with this team to inspire us, there's nothing we can't do.
Go for goals and win. Buy a Pepsi glass bottle or Pepsi Max 330 ml. Check another crown and win soda, TVs, caps, t-shirts and cash. Redeem prizes at any Pepsi depot or truck countrywide. Terms and conditions apply.
Pepsi, for the love of it.
It's time to teach. Schools are open. In these days of COVID-19, teachers are not only giving knowledge, but protecting themselves and their students from the virus. As a teacher, you must ensure that students follow the set SOPs of always maintaining a distance of 2 meters from others in classrooms, dormitories, entertainment halls, school vans and playgrounds, wearing a washed and clean mask every day that covers their mouths and noses, and regularly washing their hands with soap and water. In addition to that, you must counsel students about stigma related to COVID-19 and discourage them from violence. Any violence against students from classmates, teachers or parents should be reported immediately to a school administrator or senior woman or man teacher for correction and further guidance. Ensuring everyone's safety is key, so make sure students are out of class by the official closing time. Let's share knowledge, not COVID-19. This message is supported by the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education and Sports, and UNICEF. Stay safe.
When COVID came, it felt like it destroyed everything my mom had built. She was ready to let go of her dreams. But when one door shuts, a window opens. She grabbed her last money and took a leap of faith. She refused to give up. So with a bit of daring and Grandma's secret recipe, her business was back. And not just bigger, beyond her wildest imagination.
This is a story of a regular Ugandan just like you, who harnessed the power of technology to provide a solution for us. How about you tell us your story? UG needs more of you. To share your story, visit airtel.co.ug/UG needs more of you, or call or SMS 162. Airtel, the smartphone network.
It's time to teach. Schools are open. In these days of COVID-19, teachers are not only giving knowledge, but protecting themselves and their students from the virus. As a teacher, you must ensure that students follow the set SOPs of always maintaining a distance of 2 meters from others in classrooms, dormitories, entertainment halls, school vans and playgrounds, wearing a washed and clean mask every day that covers their mouths and noses, and regularly washing their hands with soap and water. In addition to that, you must counsel students about stigma related to COVID-19 and discourage them from violence. Any violence against students from classmates, teachers or parents should be reported immediately to a school administrator or senior woman or man teacher for correction and further guidance. Ensuring everyone's safety is key, so make sure students are out of class by the official closing time. Let's share knowledge, not COVID-19. This message is supported by the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Education and Sports, and UNICEF. Stay safe.
Pay for your dream phone, Mpola. Get your dream phone today for as low as 1,400 Uganda shillings with free data for a year and pay slowly. All phones come with daily 50 MBs for 12 months. Repayment period is 1 year. Available at MTN service centers and M-Kopa shops.
Welcome back once again. Now, government is considering introducing a law against cattle rustling to ensure the state deals ruthlessly with this vice. State Minister for Animal Industry, Bright Ramirama, equates the practice to piracy, which needs a serious intervention, as we hear more.
For the last 10 years, we have never ever had a problem of insecurity or cattle theft along that area.
These were some of the concerns raised before the head of state at Soroti University grounds at the outskirts of the eastern city of Soroti. Apparently, leaders faulted the army for not doing much to curb the vice of cattle rustling.
We arrested a lorry carrying animals in Agago coming from Karamoja South region. And we found the animals that was stolen from Agago in the lorry.
Mr. President, the security force at the border is inadequate. Because when we talk to the boys who went there to help us recover one of the bodies, they said that the soldiers actually gave up.
To be sincere, you need to do something, sir, as far as the leadership of the UPDF managing that area is concerned. I want to confirm this to you, sir.
President Yoweri Museveni, who gave audience to the concerns, gave assurance of soon having the challenge addressed.
That's not a big problem. We shall solve it. And I'm very sorry about the people who have died so far because of this avoidable problem, and also the cows, but it will be finished. It's not such a big problem.
It is a worry raised by other members of parliament and some ministers. State Minister for Animal Industry, Bright Rwamirama, also has a proposal.
I don't get worried. Why? Where we have come from was worse. When I was 10, 11 years, I suffered badly. Karamojong were everywhere. And even our parents tell us before NRM government, there is no government that has not suffered with the Karamojong. So far, this government has been able to tame a bit.
Government has to put in a lot of effort to ensure that the insecurity starting again to come up in Karamoja must be fully contained for the benefit of the whole country.
Raiding is actually like piracy. So I think the law is necessary. The current laws are not as punitive as we should wish to do.
Museveni was here to launch cattle compensation for victims of war and cattle rustling, including Teso sub-region.
If you get compensation without getting the engine of socio-economic transformation, very soon you will be back to where you started. So compensation, yes, but with the new engine. The engine of what the NRM has told you. Either you go for intensive commercial agriculture with IMAR, with the Kira, or extensive if you have the big land.
He assured the claimants of having all their claims catered for in an exercise overseen by Ministry of Justice and Constitutional Affairs.
But what is sure is the electronic identity card. Because that one will give everybody, even the old women put their thumbprint there and their photograph, so that one everybody should have. That should not be a problem. Therefore, we are going to move. We just came here to start. We shall move in stages until we have covered everybody.
We have started the process, and some people have completed the exercise of getting their details in order in as far as the verification of what they lost is concerned, and payment is going to start being made.
Area members of parliament have welcomed the move, describing it a dream come true.
That the money should be sent direct to the account of an individual, never to go through any association. And the figures of 1 million Uganda shillings should be maintained.
Let this money bring more money. Let it generate more money. First, if I were a beneficiary, I would start by stocking livestock.
I am happy. The program should be transparent and the program should be kick-started. I pray that within 3 years, government should complete this issue of livestock compensation so that we go for other projects, as the president said.
The first batch of cattle compensation valued at 50 billion Uganda shillings will benefit 4,200 people from 29 districts of Acholi, Lango and Teso sub-regions. Henry Okrut, UBC.
Now, over 4,000 NSSF members have so far received their midterm payments totaling to 78.8 billion shillings. Now, according to the fund, which is about 14,700 claims have been received to date, and they've committed to pay 50 at least 50 billion shillings per week.
Jumla ya shilingi bilioni 78.8 zimetolewa na shirika la hifadhi ya jamii NSSF kama malipo ya kwanza ya muhula wa kati kwa wateja waliofikisha umri wa miaka 45 na kuendelea na wana sifa zote zinazohitajika. Mchakato wa kuwasilisha maombi ya kulipwa akiba zao ulianza kufanyika siku 9 zilizopita. Mkurugenzi mtendaji wa shirika la NSSF, Richard Biarugaba, anaelezea zaidi.
Many of the people who have applied surprisingly have a lot of big balances, especially those who apply online. The people who apply balances, the divide between men and women still remains the same. It's about 60.
Now, gold mining and processing plants should use borax instead of mercury to avoid health complications brought by mercury. This was revealed during a dissemination meeting on the Free Your Mine project, which advocates for the use of borax in gold mining.
Apart from being used in electric bulbs and science experiments in the laboratory, mercury has for a long time been used in processing of gold. However, according to experts, mercury has numerous health hazards.
Messages that move to the brain are interfered with. Young children, the unborn babies who are exposed to mercury at their earliest stages of life get affected. The development of their brains is deterred. Loss of memory, including quick anger.
In the Free Your Mine project yet to be launched in the Kasanda gold mining site, mercury is going to be replaced by borax, which according to experts has less health impacts.
Gravity concentration method, where you use only water, you dissolve the soil in water using you break up the pieces into something like a solution. Then somehow using gravity, the gold just comes out and it is collected on some mats and so on. So that method is what we are promoting instead of using mercury.
According to a recent study, 90% of people working in gold mining sites are victims of mercury poisoning.
We collected samples in 5 districts. Mubende or Kasanda was part of that. And we found that the levels of mercury in blood were much higher than is acceptable by World Health Organization standards. So it's really a big issue that we must address, not only civil society, but also as government.
Mary Namkose in Kasanda district.
Get connected today with the My Airtel 4G smartphone and enjoy free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 Uganda shillings. That's free 2 GB for the first month and free 1 GB for the next 11 months at only Uganda shillings with free data for 1 whole year worth 86,500 shillings, making the effective price of the 4G phone 163,500 shillings only. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. As we turn to the world of business, Uganda set out to market herself as Africa's innovation powerhouse at the ongoing Dubai Expo Innovation Week. The innovation themes on display span from health, future economy, utilizing data and technology for good.
It is a fact world over that creativity and innovation are birds of a feather when it comes to industrialization, and our governments know this too well. At the Dubai Expo 2020, numerous technological discoveries are on display. Uganda has sent a team of 5 innovators, and the country plans to position herself as Africa's innovation powerhouse.
This week is very, very important for us because they call it the Innovation Week. And ICT and National Guidance has been running several innovations, mainly in the field of information and communication technology. And we have financed several youths who have come up with several innovations.
Yeah, with that we hope that at the end of this week, or at the end of the expo, which has run for 6 months from 1st October till 31st March, we are going to attract potential investment in infrastructure scale-up. We already have a potential investor who is going to support us on setting up a data center because we need to improve our infrastructure, we need to improve our skill sets, we need to improve employment, we need to also invest in research and development to grow our country.
On their part, the innovators are optimistic that this showcase at the Dubai Expo 2020 will open up their startups to more opportunities.
Also a lot of startups coming in to start doing cosmetics. We've had a bit of success in Tanzania and Kenya, for instance. Also the diaspora communities of Uganda in South Africa and the US are using our shea butter to make cosmetics. So we hope we have a good chance to make it happen.
So the people that we've interacted with so far, the reception is good. We hope that the contacts that we've gotten can yield a lot of potential towards implementing this innovation in their countries.
And we thank the government to have been in position to organize such a thing. We interact with different people in different levels, the investors, the tourists. They actually go beyond even our technology and ask about our country.
Earlier, the Ugandan delegation met with MasterCard Foundation, a global financial services leader.
So that is a conversation we have had this morning with MasterCard to identify areas of potential collaboration that will help us have a system that is working cashless from end to end and being able to understand and plan for our people based on the data, massive data that is accumulated through the analyzing the transactions that are done online.
This expo, which has been running for 6 months, climaxes this month on the 31st of March. Samuel Senono, UBC News at the expo site.
Stanbic Bank has unveiled a spatial financing and unique opportunities to women clients. Some of the offers include the spatial interest rate for those in business and training programs. Women will no longer need to present collateral in order to access loans from Stanbic Bank and will be trained on how to carry out profitable and sustainable businesses.
Uganda has more women than men, and yet women are poorer than men because they lack land, money, self-drive due to cultural bottlenecks.
30 hours a week of housework and our homes need to be taken care of. When are you ever going to have a networking event? The structure and the cultural barriers remain.
Many husbands say, no, my food must be cooked by my wife. The house must be cleaned by my wife. And that is wrong.
However, with financial support, women can perform better than men because they are more resilient and have high levels of credibility.
Global GDP can rise up to 28 trillion by 2025. If women participate in the economy at the same rate as men.
Stanbic Bank has now rolled out an initiative in which women will access loans without collateral and at a lower interest rate.
If you have a business idea and you want to grow your business, we help you to do that by providing the lubrication.
The Chief Executive Officer, Stanbic Bank, Anne Juko, says women's freedom will be realized when they have their own money and property. Juko says Stanbic Bank wants to support business entrepreneurs with non-collateral loans and networks through which they can improve their businesses.
We're now looking at the books digitally. I can now see what your sales volumes are. I can see what your turnover rates are. I can see how many wigs you have sold. On the basis of that, we want to start to lend.
However, women will be required to provide evidence of businesses, creditors, debtors, turnover, and invoices, among others. Former Executive Director, Uganda Investment Authority, Maggie Chigozi, and the former manager, Nation Media Group, were among several businesswomen that offered tips at the Women's Conference organized by Stanbic Bank.
Stanbic for her, for the ladies out there. And they've come up, they've seen the problems, and they are addressing them one by one. Some are financial, some are non-financial.
The statistics I saw that women are disadvantaged by 23% will not be a conversation anymore.
Susan Naonga, reporting for UBC TV.
Women CVP.
Now in sports, and starting off with chess, Uganda Chess Federation has climaxed its selection of a team to represent the Chess Olympiad. The Olympiad that was earlier scheduled for Russia is expected to be in India in July.
After 13 rounds at the 2022 Uganda Chess Olympiad qualifiers final phase, Uganda Chess Federation now has its national team. The 5 men that have met the grade are Walter Okas, debutant Emmanuel Egesa, and FIDE masters Patricia Lukoma, Harold Wanyama, and Haruna Nsubuga.
Of course, the tournament wasn't easy. It's the toughest tournament you can play in the country. It has the best of the best chess players. But I'm happy that I managed to make the team.
The women's national team has Penyana Nakabo, Shakira Mpaire, Gloria Nansubuga, Mire Takali, and senior 1 student Patricia Lukoma.
I feel so happy because I've been wasting a lot of time coming, leaving my books aside, but all in all, I've been able to qualify. I thank God for that.
The 13 rounds were very hard, but I thank God I managed to score 9 points. I'm so glad I'm on the national team.
Our plan right now, since we have got the national team, is to make sure we train all the players who have qualified so that we can get more titles. Last time we got 2 titles for Gloria Nansubuga and me. We got woman candidate master, she got woman candidate master, so now we want to get masters all across the team. All those don't have titles, we want them to get titles.
FIDE master Harold Wanyama doubles as team coach and highlights areas of focus for able representation.
What I've seen, this has been a very tough qualifier. I've played a couple of qualifiers, but I think this is the toughest qualifier I've played in a while because so many people were so good. I think the levels are crazy. So we're going to send a good team, and what is lacking probably will be experience playing at the top level, and we can compensate for that with setting up a camp and then doing some study and coaching.
The Chess Olympiad was earlier planned for Russia, but will most likely be hosted by India in July 2022. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
Well, that's all we had time for. Thank you so much for being a part of us. This has been your weekly news roundup. I'm Patricia Lukoma. Good afternoon.